Creation's journey to life. In this journey, the patterns that constitute what we have accepted as our reality will be deconstructed through self-forgiveness and reconstructed through a commitment of correction to that which is best for all life. Day 1. Self-forgiveness. In this journey, the patterns that constitute what we have accepted as our reality will be deconstructed through self-forgiveness and reconstructed through a commitment of correction to that which is best for all life. To benefit, read this aloud with a commitment to become that which is best for all life. Realize that this forgiveness is at the stage where self-forgiveness has been applied for many years on the self part within the multifaceted patterns and thoughts that create the experience of being. It is important to walk the process from the beginning in writing and through spoken living words to eventually to become able to do the self-forgiveness on the patterns that functions universally as the directive controls of the human race. This process will continue for a minimum of 7 years, and no part of self-forgiveness will stand alone as it forms part of the whole as what we have accepted and must be read in the context of all the billions of patterns that require self-forgiveness and deletion and correction with effective life-willed commitments. For support, see all the videos and join the forum. Do this for you, as only you are responsible for you. Understand that I do self-forgiveness here for all patterns, regardless whether it form part of my immediate life, to expand to be able to be equal to what is here in every way. One can only be so by actually becoming all the parts and placing yourself at the very least in a position that if you ever should encounter such point, you will be able to direct it in ways that are best for all life, in response to the directive commitment you place. Self-forgiveness, thus, is the giving to yourself within the context of a space-time reality, the power, authority, and responsibility and ability to walk and participate in every relationship that may ever exist as life in every way with the effect and outcome as that which is best for all life. If you are not ready yet to join us in this project, read the blogs from the many that are walking this for themselves till you are ready, and then join us in the journey to life. Only you can give you life that is best for all life. What we have accepted till now is not life. It is an abomination. I forgive myself that I have not accepted and allowed myself to realize that forgiveness as myself for myself is the actualization of my acceptance to understand and grasp that which I judge and that which I claim I am too small or weak to understand or take responsibility for. I forgive myself that I have not considered that if I make forgiveness the domain of powers beyond me, I in fact accept myself as a lesser being that implies that I am not worthy of the image and likeness of the Creator, and thus a failed creation that use the living words of the Creator in vain and in vanity, as the living words are not alive as me, as the life intended and given, but ends up as a self-interested personality pattern that seek redemption from continuous self-inflicted judgments and fears. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to become a lesser being, and in so doing, have blamed my weakness and abdication on the gifted free choice. I forgive myself that I have failed to see that free choice, in fact, are the test of my character to see what I will choose and whether I will use the excuse of giving others the responsibility to forgive me, and in this way remain in my self-interest, as I am, through my own allowances, not responsible or able to forgive myself, and stop what I participate in to redirect myself to that which would be best for all life. I forgive myself that I have selectively used free choice to remain aloof from the fact that I have seen within me that I alone allow what I have become through a constant participation in an inner dialogue that always allow me to be right in some way. I forgive myself that I have not realized that the self that participate in this dialogue are in fact the self that I am, and in fact allowing me to be dishonest and self-interested, and that this dialogue already implies self-responsibility and validates self-forgiveness, as I am the one without which this dialogue cannot exist. I commit myself to investigate the effect of self-forgiveness for at least 21 days to find out if I will diminish my fears and anxieties to such a degree that I will experience relief. I commit myself to consider that with taking self-responsibility through self-forgiveness, I will in fact expand and become able to direct and be responsible for that which I currently believe is beyond my ability to direct. I commit myself to note what I judge and to investigate myself as to the reason for the judgment and to identify the pattern that make up that part of me that judges. I commit myself to investigate the origin of my beliefs, to make sure that I have in fact understood the context and relationships that constitute this creation that I am a part of. I commit myself to honor and to become the image and likeness of life as it is, what has been given to me. I commit myself to honor all life in all forms, that I also may be honored in like ways. I commit myself to find solutions to how all life can coexist by taking responsibility for my part that I play in this living world, to not judge or fear what is here, but to direct it in ways that all interconnectedness always reflect the nature of life as what is best for all. I commit myself to take responsibility and to stand equal as a creator of forgiveness through self-forgiveness, that I may come to accept my domain, whom is myself, as I am the only one alone within me as a complex universe of many self-functioning parts with their own will and purpose that work together that I may experience this reality. I commit myself to stop my compulsion to accept the lesser view and to accept failure just because everyone else is doing so. I commit myself to investigate the patterns that formed my personality and to delete them through directed self-forgiveness, written in detail and spoken aloud, that I may read and see my clarity and see the outcome of my words as I become them. I commit myself to measurably walk each word till it is in fact the reflection of a benevolent creator, and I in fact am a benevolent creator as well on all parts I allow and participate in that functions as the system of this world through which I have my being.